All right, guys. So here's cycle 4.2. We're going to be doing dimensional analysis, and all that means is we're going to be just converting stuff. Okay, we're going to be doing a whole lot of converting here. Some are going to be a little bit easier than others. All right, I'm going to try to help you and guide you through all of that. You go through, read all. All right, go ahead. You guys read all these little steps here, all four steps. But I'm not going to read them to you. You go look at them. All right. So the thing I want to start off with is right away, let's start converting. All right. So if we're going to convert 3 hours to minutes, all right, we come up here and we look at our conversion chart. 3 hours to minutes. Well, so what we're doing is we're looking to see, is there something where I can convert hours and minutes? All right. So if you look right here, you'll see hours and minutes right there. Okay. So so just remember 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So we come down here to problem number one. And the way I always start these problems is whatever they give me, I'm going to write it as a fraction. All right. So I'm going to write it as 3 hours over just one because there's no other units down there, but it helps because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be multiplying. All right. Here's how I do these problems. So remember that conversion. Remember that conversion. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Let me write it right there. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Okay. Now, what we want to try doing is what we're converting to. This is what we're converting to. I want that unit on top. All right. I want those units on top. So I'm going to take this side right here, that's 60 minutes, and that's going to go on top. All right. So remember, whatever we're converting to, those minutes, I want that on top. So I'm going to have 60 minutes on top is equal to, so if just think about that division bar as an equal to sign, is equal to 1 hour. Now the reason why I wanted those um the hour on the bottom also, all right, so the reason why the hour went on the bottom is if we look at this, think about when you're cross canceling hours and hours, we're cross canceling there. All right, so what unit am I left with? I'm left with minutes. All right, that's the unit I'm left with. All right, so when you're multiplying fractions, you guys hopefully remember you're multiplying straight across. Well, 3 times 60 gives me 180. And the units that I'm left with are minutes because these hours canceled each other out. All right, so convert 5 miles to inches. And so 5 miles, MI is the abbreviation for miles, over 1. Now I need to convert to inches. So we come back up here and we look at our table. All right, we look at our table here, and I need to find something that's going to convert miles to inches. All right, miles to inches. Well, I start looking. I'm looking at this side right here. This left side. All right, miles to inches. Well, the only thing that I'm seeing is miles to feet. All right, I see miles to feet, but then I also see feet to inches. And if you recall, we're trying to change it 2 inches. All right, that's what we're trying to get. So I'm gonna remember this. 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. All right, so maybe I can write that down somewhere. 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. So then times, what do I want to cancel? I want to cancel the miles. All right, so since I want to cancel miles because miles is up on top, I'm gonna write the miles on the bottom. All right, think about cross canceling. So 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. But we don't want feet. We wanted inches. All right, remember, we want inches. So these inches are going to have to go up on top. So I know I'm going to have inches up on top. So remember the other conversion? 1 feet equals 12 inches. Okay, so I know I need inches up on top. All right, I know I need those inches up on top. So what was the conversion? 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. All right, so which one am I going to put up on top? I'm going to put those inches up on top. And I hope all this color coordinating crap is really helping you guys. All right, so I look at this thing. What cancels? Well, miles and miles cancel. Feet and feet cancel. What unit am I left in? I'm left in inches. All right, so again, you grab your calculator and you're going to multiply straight across. All right, so all that mess ends up equaling 316,800, and it's going to be in inches. All right, if you look at the denominators, it's just 1 times 1 times 1. All right, number 3. All right, let me go up here and erase this mess. All right, so number 3, they want me to convert 4 miles to yards. All right, so again, 4 miles, or mi, over 1, and I want to go to yards. All right, so let's remember yards. I'm looking at that first column. All right, looking at that first column. I need to go to yards. From miles to yards. Well, the only thing I see is miles to feet. But then I also see, remember I'm trying to go to yards. I see yards and feet. All right. So we know we're going to have 2 fractions here. All right. So the first one, remember the first one was 5,280 feet. Oop, is equal to 1 mile. All right, we used that one before. So where am I going to put this mile? All right, where am I putting the 1 mile? Well, I'm putting it, since that one's on the top, I need to put the 1 mile on the bottom. All right, remember cross canceling. So 1 mile, 5,280 feet. Sorry, that's supposed to be an 8. All right, but we need to go from feet to yards. Remember, we want yards up on top. All right, we want those yards up on top. All right, so then what was it? 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. YD is the abbreviation for yards. So feet is going to go on the bottom because I want to cancel. Cancel, all right? Just like the miles canceled. So we end up with 1 yard in the numerator. All right, again, you're multiplying straight across. We end up with 21,120 over 3 yards. And then once you simplify, 7,040 yards. All right. Now, if you look at number 4, this one looks ugly because it has 32 feet per second squared. Now, I absolutely hate the way it's written like this. I hate it. I hate the way it's written like this. I prefer to write it this way: 32 feet per second squared. But if you look, this one, they want us to go to something in meters. So they want us to change 32 feet into meters. But if you look at the denominator, it's still second squared. All right. So the denominator is not changing. So it looked ugly at first, but the denominator is not really changing. All right. So let's look. We're going from feet to meters. All right. Feet to meters. Let me erase. All right. So feet to meters. That's all I have to worry about. Well, I see feet. All right. Feet to inches. And the reason why I'm looking at this feet to inches is because then remember I needed to go to meters, and somewhere I need to convert from the inches to the metric system. All right. Well, here's a conversion right there. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So I can do a conversion there. but I still want it in meters. So, oh, look, I got to go one more time. All right, I got to do this one more time. So I need to go meters, excuse me, centimeters to meters. All right, so there's going to be three conversions there. These are where it becomes a pain in the butt. All right, but the nice thing is the denominator is just going to stay the same. All right. So remember, what did we say? We're going to convert. We're going to do 12 inches. You know what? So I can give myself some room. How about I do it down here? All right. And we're going to do 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. So where does the foot going to go? The 12 feet? I mean, the 12 feet. I'm sorry. The 1 foot. The 1 foot's going to go at the bottom. 12 inches is up at the top. And the reason for that is so these feet cancel each other out. All right. So now I'm left in inches. I don't want inches. I want to get to eventually, I want to get to meters. All right. I have to get to meters. But in order to get to meters, I have to see inches, inches to centimeters. All right. So 1 inch, and I'm just writing it at the bottom again. It should be approximately 2.54 centimeters. All right. Which one goes where? Again, we're going to have a fraction here. Which one goes where? Well, since I had inches up on top, I need to have inches on the bottom so they cross cancel. So I'm going to put 1 inch at the bottom. So 1 inch is approximately equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay, well, those inches canceled. All right, but I still need meters. I don't want centimeters because right now, if you recall, I have centimeters. I don't want centimeters. I want meters. So I know down here I'm going to have centimeters, and up on top, I'm going to have meters. All right. So let's go back and look at our conversion. All right. So now I'm looking at this because I need to go from centimeters to meters. All right. So what was that conversion again? I forgot. Sorry, I'm looking at my paper. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Okay. Well, centimeters has to go at the bottom, so 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. And again, all this mess, that centimeters cancel. I'm left with meters. All right. I'm left with meters. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. So you do all the multiplication. Okay. You end up with 9.75.36 meters over 100 square seconds. And that ends up giving us 9.7536 meters per second squared. All right. All right. Let's convert 100 yards to meters. This is where it starts to become a pain in the butt. All right. So I'm going to have to probably write a little bit smaller here because you guys know we never have enough room. All right. So 100 yards, again, over 1, because remember, I'm going to be multiplying crap. So yards to meters. Yards to meters. All right, let me erase all this other mess. All right, yards to meters. Well, the first thing I see is yards to feet. All right, I see yards to feet, and that's the only conversion I can do so far. All right, so let's go down. We said it was going to be 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. All right, so I'm hoping by now that you guys are okay. Yards, so that this mess cancels. Okay, so I'm going to end up with 3 feet at the top, but I don't want feet. I want meters. All right, let's go back up here. What the hell can we do? So right now, I have feet, and I need to be able to try to get to meters. So if I start looking around, all right, I'm looking at all this mess. I'm not seeing anything that's going to go from feet to meters right away. All right. There's nothing that goes from feet to meters. The thing I do see is I do see miles to kilometers. All right. I do see if I can get 1 mile, I can change it to metric system. Okay. But in order to get that mile, I have to come up here and I see 1 mile. Well, we've used that one before. All right. So 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. All right. 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. So times. This should go faster now. Feet goes on the bottom, 1 mile up on top, and feet cancel. All right. So now I'm left in miles. Well, remember we said we can now go from. Oops, sorry, wrong one. All right. 1 mile. I don't want any decimal with the 0.62 miles. I want 1 mile. All right. So 1 mile is approximately equal to 1.61 kilometers. All right. So now I can change it over at least to metric. All right. 1 mile at the bottom, 1.61 kilometers at the top. Again, this mess here cancels. Miles and miles cancel. So I'm left with kilometers. All right, now we're at least um, into the metric system. All right, so meters. We got away from the English units. Now we're into the metric system. So now kilometers. Am I seeing anything up here with kilometers and meters? Right, because we wanted to get into meters. All right, so here it is. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. All right. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. All right. So we got it now. 1 kilometer at the bottom. So that mess cancels. 1,000 meters at the top. All right. I'm gonna let you guys do all this multiplying. Here's the answer. All right. So number 5, it's approximately equal to 91.477. Oops. Yeah, meters. Okay. Now, converting 6.3 seconds to hours. This one's not so bad. All right. This one's not so bad. 6.39 seconds over 1 times. Well, I'm hoping. Let me erase all these other crap. All right, let me erase all that mess. I'm hoping that you should know these by now. All right. These conversions, all these conversions over here on the right, that last column, you guys should know every one of those. I shouldn't have to really come back up here and convert those and look at those conversions, but I will. So I want to go from seconds to hours. Well, the first thing I can do is go from seconds to minutes and then go from minutes to hours. Remember, that's what we wanted. We wanted our answer in hours. Okay? So again, these are ones that you guys should already know. All right. So we said 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. All right, so 60 seconds is going to go on the bottom so that this and that cancel. 1 minute up on top. All right, I don't want the answer in minutes, I want the answer in hours. So we know that there is 1 hour. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. All right, so 60 minutes is going to go at the bottom, 1 hour at the top, and minutes and minutes cancel. I'm left with hours. Okay? You multiply, you do all that good, happy stuff. And this one's approximately equal to 0.001775 hours. Right? Well, that's probably even say I shouldn't even say approximately equal to. It actually was equal to. I didn't round. Okay, you guys ready for some fun here? All right, you notice these are a little bit uglier. And again, I absolutely hate the way that it's written. I hate this. Let me write it out. Let me write it out a little bit better, in my opinion, anyway. So mph, 65 miles per hour. All right, so 65 miles per 1 hour. Think about that's what you should be doing on the expressway when you're driving. All right, not 105 miles an hour, but 65 miles an hour. About the speed in an expressway. And then they want us to change this to centimeters per second. Okay, so keep in mind centimeters per second. Well, you'll notice that we're changing. Let me write it over here. Maybe this might help out a little bit. We need to change it to centimeters per second. Do you notice we're changing the miles to centimeters and we're changing the hours to second? Now they want us to convert both. All right. So let's keep in mind centimeters per second. All right. So which one do you want to convert first? It doesn't matter. All right. It doesn't matter which one you convert first. Some students rather convert the hours to seconds first because those are the easiest. I'd rather just do the miles to centimeters first because I want to get the hard stuff out of the way. All right. So we know we're going to be multiplying miles to centimeters. All right. Well, you remember we've done a couple of conversions from standard to metric. All right. From standard feet to meters. So you're going to see it's going to be a few steps. Okay. So the very first one that I'm looking at, let me erase all this mess from earlier. The very first one, since I want to convert miles to centimeters, oh, 1 mile is equal to 1.61 kilometers. All right. So 1 mile is equal to 1 mile is equal to 1.6. So I'm going to put 1 mile at the bottom, 1.61 kilometers at the top. Miles and miles cancel. So I'm left with kilometers. So at least now I'm into the metric system. All right. I need to get kilometers to centimeters. Kilometers to centimeters. What can I look at? Kilometers to centimeters. Well, I have 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. That's all I can do so far. All right. So 1 kilometer times 1 kilometer at the bottom. All right. At the bottom because kilometer and kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to, what did we say it was? 1,000 centimeters. No, oh, sorry. Scratch that. It was 1,000 meters. Glad I caught my mistake. Nobody, Normally you guys yell at me in the classroom when I make a mistake. All right, now I need to go from meters to centimeters. All right, meters to centimeters. Meters to centimeters. Right there. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. All right, so 1 meter at the bottom to 100 centimeters. Again, meters cancel. All right, so now we have the centimeters. So we have the centimeter part. So I'm done with the numerator. All right, I'm done converting the numerator. Now I'm going to start converting the denominator. All right, let's change this. Let's check this denominator. So 1 hour, I need to change to seconds. Well, you've seen from problem 6, those you should already know. All right, so problem 6, I need to go from hours to seconds. Well, I have to go 1 hour at the top is equal to 60 minutes at the bottom because, all right, Here I had hours. Over here I have hours. One's at the top, one's at the bottom. I have minutes at the bottom. Well, now I need to convert. Now I need to convert from minutes to seconds. Well, I know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. And what are you noticing? Seconds and seconds on the bottom. All right, because my minutes and minutes canceled. So do I have my centimeters per second? Yes. All right. All right, so this was an ugly one, so I will write it out. All right, you multiply all the numerators together, multiply all the denominators together. So the numerators, sorry, that's supposed to be a 6, and then over 3,600 seconds, and this is approximately equal to 2906.94. That 4 was repeating when I was doing it on my calculator, centimeters per second. Okay? All right. Having fun yet? Yeah. I know I can hear you guys cussing me out. Through YouTube, I can hear you cussing me out. But wait, you're going to have more fun with this one. If you were cussing me out before, just wait for this one. All right. We need to convert 110 cubic feet into cubic yards. All right. So to the third power. Now, if you look up here, all right, let me erase my mess. Always forget to erase after myself, clean up after myself here. If you look up here, there ain't a damn thing that's gonna help us here. All right, we need cubic. We need cubic. So that means to the third power. That means you have to multiply 3 times. So if you look cubic feet to cubic yards, there ain't a thing up here that's gonna help us, except for 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. All right. No laughing at my drawings here. All right. What happens if I have a cube there? All right. What happens if I have a cube there? I'm trying to do at least kind of a decent drawing here. And I say, well, this is 3 feet, that's 3 feet, and that's 3 feet. Well, what do I know? 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. Is equal to 1 yard. It's equal to 1 yard. All right. So then 1 times 1 times 1, that's 1 cubic yard is equal to 3 feet. Let me highlight. 3 feet times 3 feet times 3 feet. So 3 times 3 times 3, 27 cubic feet. All right. So I know that 1 cubic yard, remember, we want cubic yards up on top. All right. I want cubic yards up on top. 1 cubic yard is equal to 27 cubic feet. All because I had to draw this little stupid box here. All right. I had to draw that cube, but it helped me. All right. It helped. So I know that cubic feet and cubic feet are going to cancel each other. All right. So 110 divided by 27 ends up giving me 4.074 cubic yards. All right. So it was a pain in the butt, but it wasn't so bad. All right. Draw yourself a little cubic box there. All right. Now, this one's a pain. This one's going to be a pain in the ass. All right. Ready? 100. Not cubic feet. Sorry. 100 cubic yards. So to the third power over 1 times. Now I need to go from yards to meters. All right. So that's all I'm thinking about. That's all I'm going to think about is going from yards to meters. Well, if I look at this, I'm going from standard or the English units to metric units. There's nothing that's going to go from yards to meters. Okay? I have yards to feet that I forgot to erase. And that's pretty much it. All right? So let's start there. Let's see where we can go from there. All right? I know there's a whole lot of scrolling back and forth and it's probably annoying, but we know from the previous problem that the 1 cubic yard was equal to 27 cubic feet. So we end up with 1 cubic yard at the bottom over 27 cubic feet at the top. Cubic yards cancel. So I'm left with cubic feet. Now, is there something I can convert feet? All right, is there anything here that's going to help me? All right, feet to the metric system. No, ain't a damn thing here. All right, nothing that's going to go from feet to the cubic system. I mean, to the metric system. But if I look at this, inches and feet, because I can do right there 1 inch to 2.54 centimeters. It's all this ends up being is just a big ass game. All right, what how can I convert stuff back and forth? All right, okay, so at least I got all the space down here. I can let me draw another little stupid box here. All right, so we can think about this again. All right, so what do we say? We said 1 foot. All right, where can I write that? I'll write it right here. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Okay, well, if I want to convert feet, so I have 1 foot, 1 foot, and 1 foot. Well, what does that equal? This is equal to 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches. Right? I said this was going to be a pain. Well, one cubic foot is equal to 12 times 12 times 12, and that ended up being 1,728 cubic inches. All right. Again, all I multiplied was 12 times 12 times 12. Inches times inches times inches gave me to the third. All right. So hopefully you're still with me and you didn't give up on me yet. 1 cubic foot is equal to 1,728 cubic inches. All right. Cubic feet, canceled. All right. Now, remember we said, what the hell was that conversion? 1 inch. 1 inch is 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. All right. So 1 inch was equal to 2.54 centimeters. But I need cubic inches. Oh, so here we go again. Let's draw another damn box. Holy crap, that was horrible. Oh well, whatever. All right. So then we end up with 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. And what do we know that was equal to? 2.54 centimeters. Sorry, I forgot the units. 2.54 centimeters. 2.54 centimeters. All right. So I know then 1 cubic inch, I should say approximately equal to 2.54 to the third power. That ended up being 16.387064 cubic centimeters. All right, I'm trying to be as exact as possible, so I'm not going to round too much. All right. If you're still with me, thank you so much. All right, so I have 1 cubic inch is equal to 16 point, that long ass number, 38706. All right, 4 cubic. Well, cubic inches cancel. All right. But I still need to get to cubic meters. All right. So I'm trying to get to cubic meters. One more again. Let's go up here and look. So I'm trying to get to meters. All right. Trying to get to meters from centimeters. So I have centimeters. But I'm trying to get to meters. I have centimeters. Oh, but I need to get to meters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So what was that again? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. All right, you ready for this? Another stupid box. Oh, you think by now I'd be able to draw them better. All right, so I have 1 meter there, 1 meter that way, 1 meter that way. And I know it's equal to 100 centimeters, 100 centimeters. Okay, so then what do we end up with? 1 cubic meter is equal to 100 times 100 times 100 ends up giving me 1 million cubic centimeters. All right. So at this point, I think I need a longer line. At this point, I think you already get the idea. 1 million cubic centimeters over 1 cubic meter. And hooray, finally, we're done. All right, just got to multiply all this crap. So I'll let you do all this stupid multiplying. I'll just give you the answer. So the answer is approximately 76.456 cubic meters. Okay? If you have questions, please make sure you're asking one of your teachers, email one of us. All right?